Then I have to rush home for this. Good to see you. All right, I'm gonna start us in butterfly pose, seated with your feet together, knees out wide, and then I'm gonna show you some of my fun props that I love using for stretching. I thought like we don't use a lot of props in this class because I don't know what you have at home. But a lot of you keep coming to the same classes every week. So if you have any of these and you want to use it in a class in the future, send me a message and I can kind of incorporate it or give you some options. But if you'd like, you can roll up a towel or get a block or something to prop up your sits bones if you feel like you need to get a little bit of length in that spine. So when I sit on a block, you're kind of towards the front edge of that block. You can either do a butterfly, or if it makes it a little bit more comfortable, to do kind of a crisscross. Whatever you feel like you can do to open up those hips while I show off some of my toys. That's where we're going to start today. So a few things to kind of just check in with when you are in butterfly pose. First of all, this is a great opportunity to give yourself a foot massage. I never knew how glorious it was to get a foot massage. I'd always skip that part when I would go get a massage, and I never knew how much it felt good to get your feet rubbed, right? So a girlfriend of mine, this is what happened. She took me to a foot massage parlor in Chicago. She'd always find the weirdest little Groupons, and we found this one place that gave you champagne in a private room with a foot rub, and her and I started doing that every month. All right, so sit here, breathe, foot massage, legs out. Most importantly, imagine from the tip of your tailbone all the way to the top of your spine, imagine one straight long line. So you're lifting tall, those shoulders are away from your ears. So go here, and then when you are kind of done with this, while I'm still showing you my props, you can move into a full pigeon where you have your shins together here and you're getting that outer hip. So those are the three positions I want you to kind of start with today, opening up those hips. You can also crawl a little forward in any of these poses to enhance it, okay? So for like 1 minute, I'm going to show you some of the things that I love to stretch with at home. Number one, foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, if you don't have a foam roller, I totally recommend one. This one's hard. So this one is like the high density foam roller, so it doesn't have a lot of squish. This is really nice, especially for those long body parts where you need to kind of just like roll up and down. There's YouTube videos for foam rolling that I watch, and it is incredible how you can kind of break down those muscles in a different way. I have another foam roller that I bought when we were living with all of our parents last year in the middle of the pandemic, and we were selling our house and moving across the country. This one's a little bit squishier, but it has all the grooves in it. So it really kind of digs in those like weird crevices in your muscles. I mean, you can even do arms and stuff up here. It's half size, which I would probably recommend full size, so you can get every body part. Unless you need one for travel, then this is a nice one. But I really like the grooves in that one. And again, it's a little bit more of a medium density, not quite as hard. That one. Then I have this guy. Are you guys still in butterfly? You're still doing that? Okay. You can also do a seated twist. If you're done with both of those, move over to here. Okay. Get that nice outer hip. My hand roller, this is on Amazon. The brand, I don't know, if you just put hand roller on Amazon, they have all these. So this is like plastic. This is what I use when I'm like sitting at the desk and I just need to massage out my legs. Sometimes before bed, I'll lay there and just do the calf like this. You can get behind the thigh. The nice thing about this is that you can control the pressure and you can control how hard you are working those muscles. Knee pain, a lot. If you have knee pain, I love massaging the quad at the top here and the calf all around. You never want to foam roll or use these massage rollers on the joint, always on the muscle. But you can can surround the joint that hurts. So if your knee hurts, massage everything that's fleshy around that knee. Oh, I could stay here for 30 minutes with this thing. It is heavy. Then you've got your good old yoga strap. That's great for extending those arms, right? When you can't quite reach your foot or whatever you're trying to reach, gives you that little extra extension so that you can keep your form proper. Man, this feels so good. Okay. And then my last one, this is the weirdest one. This was on Shark Tank. Have you guys ever seen this? It's called a Q flex. And I have a knot underneath my right scapula, right there. And it's a pressure point, knot releaser. And you kind of find that spot and you pull down, you kind of let it, you know how they have like the pressure point where they hold it, press it, then finally it like releases. That is the ticket. So those are my favorite toys. Okay, I thought I would share with you. We've been together for like years and I never got to show you all the favorite things that I stretch with. So there's that. All right, hope you enjoy. If you have questions about any of them, I don't promote any of them, but I can just tell you what feels good. So let me know. All right, go ahead and stand up. Shake out those legs, those hips that you were just working out. We're gonna start with a standing stretch and reach. So we put the hips back and we reach towards a forward fold kind of stretch, right? So our back is perpendicular, our back is parallel to the mat. We reach our arms away from our face and then we reach our hips towards the back of the room. So the fingertips are going towards the front of the room, the back sits bones reaching towards the back. So you reach and stretch and then pull up and squeeze a little bit. Have a nice squeeze at the top. Reach and stretch and then back up and squeeze. You should feel this opening in your back body, your side bodies, your hamstrings. Reach and stretch and then back up. Good. You can go at your own pace depending on how tight you are today. If you want to get a little bit of heat and energy, you can kind of make this a little bit more invigorating. If you're really just trying to stretch it out, you can even stay here, pedal out those legs, interlace those hands, really take some time in this portion and then gently melt back up. Okay, so your pace. We're going to be here for a little bit because this is the class where we hold poses a little longer and we let our muscles recover so that our workouts before and after can be the best they can be. Reach. I love this class now. I started teaching a class on Thursday nights in person. It's a dance class. But I tell you what, I could not teach a 6:30 p.m. class on Thursday nights without doing this in the morning. But it gives me that extra stamina, the energy, the body flexibility to be able to have a killer workout tonight. And I never was a nighttime worker outer, but here I am teaching a dance party on Thursday nights. All right, roll those shoulders back. Give me 8, roll back. So thank you for starting my day successfully with me. This is a great way to say we can do whatever we want today. This could be our day off. This could be the start of a workout forward. Okay, with that forward fold reach, we're going to change it into a single leg airplane. So we're still going to do the same motions with the top half of our body. But this time when we reach, we're going to lift one leg up. Reach and stretch so that toe is going to the back of the wall. I have my foot flexed. Okay, same leg, give me 10 in a row. Reach and stretch, and back down. You can gently hover that leg when you come back, that left leg. If you want to challenge your balance, you could even do a little knee lift here. If you want to not even let that leg touch the ground. Concentrate, focus on something that's not moving, and you sculpt through this transition. Reach and stretch, pause and reach, and then back to center. Beautiful. Keep going until you get about 8 or 10. But you keep those hips square, keep breathing. Suck in that core to protect your back. Good. 1 to 2 more. Reach and stretch. And back to center. Nice. Other leg. Reach and stretch. You tick-tock that body. Reach and stretch. You can have a nice bend in that standing leg that gives you some support. My hips are popping like popcorn over here. Reach and stretch. Try not to let that right hip pop up. Keep it locked to the ground. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back to center. Nice. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, from here, we're going to go into a little good morning stretch. Get those hamstrings and a little bit more of that back. If you need to, you can do a standing kind of cat-cow here, if that needs to be a part of your transition. And from here, we're going to kick out that left leg. So our left heel is in front of us. Each leg is still in its own train track, but the toes are lifted and this right leg is bent. So from here, imagine you are scooping, right? Imagine you're in this like little rectangle mat and you are scooping all the dirt out of your box. So you scoop and then you lift it and then you toss it back, okay? But these are gentle. We're not gonna like toss it really hard. And then you flip to the opposite leg and you reach, you slide all the way down that straight leg. You reach up, 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 and then to the sun and then back down. Reach. This can become a dynamic, non-stop, fluid movement, and you can decide how fast to go. This is not really one that's meant to be a cardio burst. This is really meant to be designed for like a very slow, inch by inch stretch. Good morning. Good morning. Let's turn up the music and enjoy this good morning stretch. That flat back, lead with your chest. That hamstring on the straight leg is really where you're gonna feel it, but digging down and scooping up, that changes where that stretch is, but where your arms are placed, feel it. What does it feel like here? And then here, and then digging a little deeper, deeper, deeper. Ah! That's good, right there. All right, give me like 10 more. We're here. This is a good one. Halfway. 3, 2, and 1. Even it out on both sides. Beautiful. All right, from here, what I want you to do is grab that wrist. So you could be standing or kneeling. Just so you can see my hands, I'm gonna kneel for a second. Reach up, grab that wrist, lift up and over to the side. Okay, so side stretch. You can tuck that chin to the ceiling and gaze up underneath your armpit. breathe. Like take a moment to breathe here. Inhale, exhale, sink a little deeper. All right, inhale, reach up. Inhale, or exhale first. Inhale, grab the wrist and lift, and then up and over. So I'm over here, side stretching that arm. Tuck the chin to the ceiling and away from the chest. Beautiful. Okay, we've got to do this one. So just balance it out. Interlace those hands in the back of your body. Lift up that chest. So you can stay here or you can forward fold. Generously bend those legs, knuckles to the ceiling. Breathe. Breathe into this. Inhale, create space. Exhale, sink deeper into that pose. Maybe shake that head. Remove the tongue from the tip of your mouth. Maybe close your eyes. Breathe. Good job. Three, 2, 1. Gently release those hands. Take your hands to the mat, pedal out those legs one by one, and then wherever you are on the mat, walk yourself either forward or step yourself back, all the way to a plank. Set yourself up with your form first, wrists under shoulders, and ankles over your toes. That's one that we never really kind of know we're doing wrong until you look at your feet. If your ankles are, or your heels are not on top of your toes, then move your toes back and pop those heels on top of those toes. Okay? Hips to the ground. Belly up. Now lift your hips. That's your down dog. Pedal out those legs. Hips to the sky. Going from plank to down dog helps you go in the proper alignment so that you aren't over bearing on those shoulders with the wrong spacing. All right, pedal out. Down dog. All right, so now we want you to lift that right leg high. And then knee to nose, hold it. Here. Then leg lift. Three-legged dog. Knee to nose. And then pull through low lunge. All right, we're not here for too long. Sometimes we do a lot of work in these lunges. Today, we're just going to drop that back knee. Hips go back, half split. The right foot, wiggle those toes in the sky. You can take those hands, kind of pull back on your toes. Push forward, kind of give them a little massage. Okay, we did this last week and I loved it. Take those toes and then start to turn them interiorly towards your center body. So you're kind of making it a sickle foot, toe in towards the center, okay? So we're rotating it in there and getting that outside of that shin, that calf. Woo. Keep breathing. Maybe straighten out that back a little. Good. All right, take those toes back up, back to a kneeling lunge. And then we will go ahead, oh, why not? Let's just grab that leg for a little quad stretch on the left side. All right, opposite arm to that foot. You've got a hold on the inside or outside or top of your left leg, doesn't really matter. But if you can, start to bend that elbow and pull that left heel towards your glutes. You're still lifted in your chest. You're not sinking into that left arm. You are lifted. And then you see how my right ankle is still under my right knee. That's giving support, so I'm not going to pop out that knee. Breathe. Kind of crazy that we have to be reminded to breathe sometimes, but sometimes we get into a pose and we're so concentrated on getting the pose right that we inadvertently hold our breath. And we can't maximize that stretch unless we're sending oxygen to those muscles. 3, 2, pull it closer, one more inch. 1, gently release. Lift that back leg up. Kind of toe heel your right leg to the outside of the mat. Push away from the mat. Strong shoulders, strong arms, and swing that right leg back to plank. Beautiful. Back to down dog. Pedal out those legs. Left leg to the sky. Lift up, three-legged dog. And then inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. And then pull through low lunge. You kind of go back and forth. Beautiful. All right, drop that back leg. Flip those toes. Scoot your hips to the back of the mat. And make sure your left hip's pulling back, right hip pulling forward. Left toes wiggle in the air. You can kind of give them that same squeeze. Say hello, toes. I have not forgotten about you. I love you, toes. You support my big old body every day, and I don't give you enough love. I don't. I need to go back to those foot parlors, right? All right, take those toes towards the inside of your body to get that outside stretch. Ooh, you know, we could have done that on the other side too, kind of a back and forth. If you need to rotate it to the left too, feel free. And breathe. All right, good. Rotate it back to the center. Lean forward. I always get so excited about that reach and grab on the other side, and then I remember that this side just sucks. Oh, so whatever you got to do, if you have to get that strap again, we're going to reach around, grab those toes, make sure your right wrist stays under your right shoulder and that your left ankle is under your left knee. If you have to toe heel that foot out to the side so that ankle is under your knee, then do that. And then we pull. I'm going to sit here and just curse myself the next minute, okay? Woo! There it is. You just sit here for a minute, you'll sink into it. Gently release. Ouch. I wanted to get out of that 3 times earlier. But we can do it. We can do it. All right, lift that back leg, or back knee up, and then gently swing that left leg back. Hips up, down dog. My daughter, she's 3. Her new thing is, I got this. I got this. I got this, mommy. All right, knees down. Do a little cat-cow here. Drop the belly, eyes up. So she insisted that she wanted her training wheels off of her bike. Insisted. Is she ready for that? No. Does she know how to ride a bike without training wheels? No. But she does have a balance bike, the one without pedals at all, and she flies on it. So she says, Mommy, I got this. I got this. And I said, okay, let's take your training wheels off your other bike. She did it. hip fallen, but she was determined, and she still can't do it, but she thinks she can, and that's all that matters. She thinks she's doing something that big kids can do, and it's awesome, and I love it. All right, left hand reaches up to the sky, up to the sky, thread the needle in a tabletop. So we're gonna reach that left arm through, and you're on top of that left bicep, and the actual like deltoid area at the top, and the bicep, your left cheek. You can choose to bind it with your right hand. You tuck it in between the hip crevice of the left leg and the hip, and then you breathe. Let your body sink into that deltoid and bicep. Use the gravity to help enhance that stretch. Good. Release the bind. Take that right hand to the mat. Release the left hand. Reach back up to the sky and tabletop. Right hand opens up. Thread the needle on top of the right bicep, right deltoid. Right cheek to the ground. Left hand binds. Okay, good. Release the bind. Back up. Right hand goes to the sky. And back to tabletop. We're going to go ahead and flip to our backs. So take your feet, swing them around to the front. Remove the flesh from your sits bones. Feet are stamped to the ground. Lift that chest up to the sky. We're going to start with just a couple of full body sit-ups. So 1 inch at a time. We're going to curve that spine, roll the vertebrae down, take those biceps by our ears, thumbs to the ground behind us. Make sure that lower back connects with the floor by lifting tilting your pelvis towards your belly button. And then we peel ourselves right back up to where we started, lift and reach. We're going to do about 10 to 15 full body sit-ups. Then we're going to do some hip raises. One last stretch, and then we're gonna call it a day. Okay? So wake up that core, roll out that vertebrae. This is more of a spinal massage than it is a sit-up. The sit-up is just a bonus. You happen to be working out your entire abdominals while you're rotating, or not rotating, while you're massaging your vertebrae. Reach. Always grab onto those thighs on your way up or back, as long as you stay lifted. Okay? You can always stop here too. Instead of going all the way back, you can just come to a nice little 45-degree angle. This gets the core engaged a little more. Okay? Finish out these. So take those heels, line them up to right where your fingertips can touch them. Knees are in line with your hips. And then we lift up and lower, up and lower. You can do about 20 here. Work out those hips. You worked hard today. It's not your strongest workout, but it is the most safe and smart thing that you can do to your recovering muscles is to take some time for yourself and rejuvenate your body. Good. 5, 4, 3. Squeeze those glutes at the top. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Hips go down, right leg goes out long, left leg goes to your chest. Roll out those ankles both ways. You can take it into a single happy baby. Your elbows on the inside of your left knee, and your left hand is on the outside of your left foot. Foot is stamping the sky. You're pulling that knee towards your armpit. Ooh, I'm shaking on this one. That is a hint that your muscles are working. See, they're still working when you're stretching. They're still doing work. You might be sweating even, which is a little bit counterintuitive when you think, oh, I'm just stretching. Like, that's not work. But your muscles have to work to do this stuff. It's hard for them to get into these positions and force them to relax. Sometimes you might have to like give yourself a rub or a little hit and say, okay, come on, muscles, just relax, let go. It takes work to let go. And that's not just our bodies, that's our minds too. It takes work to let go. All right, back to center and reach out. Right leg tucks into your chest, roll out that ankle. And while it takes work to let go, it is so rewarding when we do. And I think that's why we do it, because we see the rewards, we see the benefits that our body has when we can challenge ourselves. We see the benefits that our mind has when we can take those bits of interruptive thoughts and let them go. Let them go. You can acknowledge them, and then you can let them go and make room for the things that make our bodies feel good and our minds happy and peaceful. Inhale and let go. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Let go of all the toxins you just built up. You're releasing them out of your body. Release those thoughts, those interruptive, non-productive thoughts. Let them go today. Float them in a balloon and tell that balloon that you can have a nice flight. We don't need it today. Knee to the chest. Extend it out long. Reach your hands to the sky. Feet to the other way. You know what I'm saying? My hands to the sky. Good morning stretch. And then roll yourself over to fetal pose and back up. Thank you so much for joining today. Namaste. It was a little yoga inspired today, I feel. So we'll end it with a namaste. Have a happy day.